Alright, Chapter 7, Rules for Movement and Block Working. General, the categorization of track machine for the purpose of the movement of the working track machines are classified into two categories. Track machines, all by the locomotive, track loading equipment, track relay training with the PCCM, the MDU, the machines generally falling within the category rule of the movement of the material trains will apply with these categories of the machine. The detail of the movement of working elaborated within the shaft of the other track. The machines will attract to the train locomotive will also fall into the same category. Self-propelled track machines, rules of movement of the working self-propelled track machine with the detail of the shaft of the category of the track machine may also work with a non-self-propelled track with the machine as above with effective block utilization, same block section. Self-propelled track machines. For movement of these shall be worked over the train with the not necessary need with the gird over the brake van with one cam can go to the one BRN with the wagon with the other self-propelled track machine, which may be unbraked with the which shall be permitted to hold the self-propelled track machine with the senior service engineer, junior engineer track machine operating of the machine shall ensure the safe running. Provision of GSNR provision contained with the GR465 the supplement with the SR framed with the zonal way will show applicable with the working with the track with the machine. The SR with the zonal way railways are not uniform. The objective that should be have the common and unified SR with the all zonal railways of the common aspect with the track machines are working with the specific provisions. Railway SR shall deal with the special circumstances prevailing with the individual zonal railways. Knowledge of GSNR track shall have sufficient conservation with the relevant provision GSNR with the adequate knowledge of the provision GSNR with the imperative during the initial refresher training course to conduct within ZRTI as listed in standard forms are given in the Annex 7-1. Meaning of the track machine to the possession of the safety equipment. All of the track machines shall be manned with a competent relay railway service authorized to work with the machine. These machines should also be equipped with the prescribed set with the safety equipment to ensure the safe movement of the working. Salient information on the track machine found with the information should be obtained with the track machine pre-decided location and the designation of the controlling officer, the name of the owning railway track machine numbered with the model transportation code, month of the year of the commission, day of the last POH and IOH done. Maximum permissible speed self-propelled coupled with the other track machine which is attached with the train formation, the pure speed with the certificate of the RDSO with the sanctified with the railway board. Maximum height, width of the track machine, closed condition, axle load, wheelbase, overall length of the machine, jack pointing if lifted there. 702, operation work of the track machines. Responsible for the track machine for the purpose of the operation. Each of the machines shall be under the direct charge of the senior service injector, junior injector of track maintenance. Shall be in charge of the track machine. Shall be responsible for the movement and working with the track machine. All service senior engineer and junior engineer track maintenance track machine post of the machine shall have the post the knowledge of the movement of the working with the track machine shall possess fill accompanied with a certificate. Number of the person shall include the railway staff allowed with the driving the cab each month. Machine shall normally be exceed 5. Supervision, work of the track machine. The track machine shall work with the under the direct supervision engineering official with the not below the rank of the senior service junior engineer of the permanent way who will be responsible for taking the traffic block, coordinating with the showing the yard entry of the machine into the block, of the clearance of the block of the track machine of the section of the station after the completion of the work, ensuring the safety of the track. He shall be responsible for the coordinating divisional official for the clearance of the section event with the breakdown machine. The service senior engineer, junior engineer, permanent way shall also associate himself with the coordinate with the station master, the shunning of the track of the machines, working general. Machine staff of the permanent way shall staff with the work with the team towards the common goal of the ensuring the optimum utilization of the machine and manpower. Machine staff shall ensure the adequate attention for the machine and the time is prescribed by the RDSO of the manufacturer manual to prescribe for the machine to keep it the machines ready for the hauling. Stipulated block with the should be consolation of the permanent way with the staff engineer control of the track machine control with the be aware of the corridor block of the memory of the understanding provision like line block spell with the plan out with the maintenance activities in such a manner that the blocks are available without any lapse of the machine. In charge shall be invariable with the senior service the junior engineer with the permanent way, but if not available the senior the SM engineer control with about readiness otherwise of the machine for working every day well in time. Machine shall be berthed with the siding and safely with the stipulated with the GSNR with the permanent weight staff with the range with the watchman for the machine during the non-workman shift. Watchman of the machine should not be frequently changed. The machine in charge of the honor overall shall be checked with the condition of the machine, report any unusual features observed by him, such as disturbance of the machine, the berthing of the place of the parts, missing of the parts, etc. Initiate appropriate action with the permanent extent rules. Mission in charge of the senior service and junior engineer permanent weight should jointly inspect with the finalized week of the board of the advance of the discover the detailed program share with each of the other information required for the working senior service junior engineer permanent way to ensure the availability submitting the tool of the plan of the work of the machine rendering possibility and systems for the clear of the section in case of the breakdowns. Senior service junior engineer permanent way should be responsible for the arranging necessary lighting of this event work, but also coordinate with the divisional staff such as the signal OHE etc. It should be ensured that the machine in charge of the no person climbs over the top of the menu of the machine without the OHE block or electrified section. Machine in charge shall ensure the precautionary measures taken safety staff of the while working on the double unit, multiple line block section and against danger for the train moving adjacent one of the adjacent lines. Senior Surface Junior injured and permanent with the way shall provide lockout with the men as said of the site of the machine work as per requirement included protection as the Indian Railway permanent well maintenance in the GR 603. Alright, senior engineer and the junior engineer permanent over the way after completion work shall inspect the work site, attend with the track machine thoroughly with the ensure the track safe fitness for the running of the trains without speed restrict the property of the shall ensure that no infringement obstruction has been caused. Safe train running during the working of the track machine. The SM liaison of the section control of the controller to ensure that it has been into the work machine is brought to the base station placed on the nominated berthing line at earliest to enable the post block maintenance of the machine being an undertaking of the senior service the junior engineer permanent over the way shall also provide necessary assistance as required. L. Due to non-availability of the path, it may be not possible to bring the machine back to the sliding where the camping coach of the machine stabilizes some of the buzzy section. Eventually, the senior department engineer, the assistant engineer shall have the powers of the provision to hire the road vehicle to bring the staff back to the machine stabling station. Alright, 703, competency for the track maintenance machine staff. The senior service junior engineer of the track maintenance machine shall be competent with the work of the machine, shall be possessed with the adequate knowledge which would be in the part of the drilling and initial and refresher training course. Competent authorities shall be duly certified with his or her competency with each of the engineers of the track machine shall have the diary as a perform and given with the annexure substitute with the span with the detail with the competent fitness shall record the senior service and the track maintenance division, senior service engineer track maintenance satellite division per system of the railway. In addition to the other relevant information, road loading will require the LI and the nominated supervisor medical fitness of the PME. The service management, senior and junior track maintenance engineer shall be fit with 3 medical categories, wearing special extra care with one of the extra pair while on duty. The technician that helps working on the track machine should be fit in the A3 medical category. To be recorded in certificate of medical fitness time of the doing with the certificate of the personal medical examination during the course of the service employee will inform the immediate supervisor 6 days in advance of the expiring of the medical certificate. Employees will expeditiously book for the permanent periodical medical exam technical training. All senior service junior engineers track machines are undergo initial as well as refresher track technical training impaired with the Indian Railway TMTC Allahabad. Successfully refresher technical training should be done every 3 years. Certificate of satisfactory completion of the training should be kept personal custody of the official with the producer when required. GSNR all system senior service junior engineer track maintenance are undergo initial as well with the reforcer training with GSR with the successfully refreshed GSNR training should be done every 3 years. The certificate of satisfactory completion of the training should be kept in the personal custody of the official produced when required. Route and road reading learning will be with the responsibility of senior service junior engineer track machine working with the machine acquainted himself with the system of the working location signal other local conditions after running of the train with the section over the railway over which he is to work, and if he is not acquainted with any of the portion of the railway over which he works to obtain the service of the qualified railway servant who is conservation which assists him with the requesting the office of the deputy chief engineer of the track machine line. Senior service junior and engineer track machine make the trip, the cab locomotive, the train, final initial road learning acquaintance section of the as well with the subsequent record of the reacquainting of the section as stipulated with the GNS and R with the entry with the effects should be made with the diary with the employee with the countersign with the line or SSE TMD SCI concerning satellite deposit depot. For the purpose of posting of at least one line in each division, depending on the number of the machines, the number of the SSE joint senior engineer, junior engineer, track machiners should be insured. Competency certificate: senior service junior engineer track machine should be considered competent with the operated machine only if he possesses valid machine competency. Certificate, machine competency certificate issued to the senior service junior engineer track machine for the deputy chief engineer track maintenance machine line. Officer authorized by him. Certificate will issue as performed given them in the annexure 73 with the assertion successful completion of the technical training of the ANSNR training of the medical fitness. Validity care certificate will be up to the earliest expiry date with the 3 with the technical training with the GSNR training with the preventive maintenance exam periodic maintenance medical exam. For automatic block section with a separate with the competency required to be issued as of the per practical with the zonal railway. 704, Safety Equipment, Senior Safety Junior Engineer of the Technical Track Machine in charge of the job, responsible to ensure that the following equipment in the work condition are available to the track machine: 2 red, 1 green hand flags, signals, 2 tricolor hand signal lamps, to the LED torch, 2 chain with padlocks, 1 fire extinguisher in each cabin, 2 hooders manually controlled, 2 jackets, 10-ton, 4 wooden blocks, 4 crowbars, 1 hand hydraulic hand pump, emergency pneumatic hydraulic hose off-side suiting, the different of the machines complete with end fitting the wire rope with a closed loop at both ends 2mm, 9mm long for the browse cleaning machine, 1 on each length. Machine specific equipment, if any, listed with the chapter 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 10 fog signals, detonators in 10 case, copy of the working timetable in the section where the machine is working, the GSNR book with its up-to-date implemented amended slips, 1 4-cell flash light with a LED cum flasher light rechargeable, 2 banner flags, 1 first aid box, 2 skids, self-helmet of the all machine staff, protective clothing, safety helmet, shells, and shoes and gloves, walkie-talkie with the frequency, SMM, guard, and local pilots. Internal communication system is walkie-talkie and overhead and head-mounted system. Track machine manual with the update with the correction slip to the accident manual. Tail lamping. Head and tail lights. Each track machine must be equipped with the prescribed headlight and tail lights, marker lights with flasher lights per GR 414, 415, and 416 of the SR standard rules. Therefore, each machine shall be LV board type of the lamp. When the moving along will move the conveyor coupled with the LV board tail lamp shall be fixed with the last vehicle with the direction of the movement. 705, rules of the organ and operation general. Stabling with the track machine. When the track machine is stable at the station with the charge of the engineer in charge of it shall ensure for the clear of the following marks with the trap, the necessary with the precautions, arranging the rolling down with the pinning down with the handbrake, chaining of the provision with the skid, sticking the corners with the GSNR, with the shutting of the track machine. With no track machine shall be moved between the running line siding, stabling without written permission with the station master on the duty and the form of the shunting order and shunt signals. Machine ready memo. The issue show the machine ready memo as necessary with the repairs and repairs schedules, maintenance repairs and schedules, power braking, testing, and other stipulated checks. If any of the duty of the SM indicate time and date with the under the advice of the senior service junior executive, the permanent way deputy to work with a machine. 4. Movement of the track machines. When the track machine is required of the movement of one station from the other, the engineer shall run with the machine only with the proper authority to proceed. All necessary notice for the caution specified with the GSNR of the track machine is moved on the wrong road against the direction of the travel. The speed of the track machine shall not exceed more than 25 kilometers. Flasher light shall be kept on. Working in a group when more than one machine is required to work with the same block with the check for the machine, but must be allowed with the work and moved into the block session group and under the authority detail within the chapter and such situation. All track machines must leave at the end of the section simultaneously one after keeping adequate distance among them with the proper authority detailed further in the following paragraph. Tell the number of the machine with the clearly mounted on the line with the clear block authority with the exchange of the private numbers. 4. Purpose of the 2 coupled self-propelled track machines are to be treated as a single machine with the track machine with the 1 BFR like U2 VA also be treated as a single machine capable of group machines entering the block section of the working in the back of the entering the station after the working the first machine shall pass the dispatch reception last stop signal in case the baby in the off position where the signal is given and all other machines shall be piloted with the competent railway service following the first machine with a single arm with the position in case the machine is allowed with the paper authority but instead of the signal the engineer of the permanent of the way or the track machine the first machine will receive the authority of the other machines while the follow duly piloted component railway servant. Normally machines shall not work with a group with visibility of the track restricted to the sharp curve of the cheap guidance where with the working of the track machine the group is indispensable with the like deepening screen of the track with relaying sight etc. Necessary block protection should be done as part of the paragraph 806 of the internal revenue the permanent of the way manual. Special precautions should be taken as per paragraph 811 of the Indian Railway permanent way manual of the first machine facing the direction of the track with the double line section front and the rear of the most machines in single line section. Running through the movement of the group the track of the machine and the group is not allowed, but they cannot, however, the transit of the coupled vehicle under one authority. However, the machines can move within group by taking short duration blocking rules for the group of the movement of the block shall be followed. So for the working of the track machine and a block. The track machine shall be work on the line over the block of the engineer of the permanent of the way shall requisition block with a duplicate of the station master on the duty as performant of the annexure 75 indicating their specific location from where the machine will work on the road with the up and down, such for the number of the tracks and machines which will work along with the individual number. The sequence over the machine will leave the station on the duration block will require with whether the machine will proceed to the next station the required back to the starting station after the work with SM shall contact with the control of the assertion of the movement of the train with the before granting line block. After the block is granted, the station master will return the original copy of the requisition endorsing the duration, special instruction, line work will proceed, the work will return B with the wrong direction, caution order. The senior service, junior executive, and permanent wave shall accompany with the machine to the work site. The senior service engineer, junior engineer, permanent wave shall get requisition to reach so returned by the station master. As also called with the track machine, permanent assigned with the senior service junior engineer, track machine in charge of the track machines. On reaching the station of the mention of the tracking machine and permanent after the completion of the work, the engineer permanent wave will hand over the token of the track machine permanent with the key, etc. If in any other, all of the machines have cleared the block section hassle will certify that the track is fit for train movement. The only station master will clear the timeline of the normal train operation subject to the observation speed restriction, if any. Alright, working automatic block section. Automatic single territory involves the special features working the special instruction with the working of the track machines elaborated with the annex 7.6 with the working integrated traffic block, the traffic machine. Track machines working with the integrated traffic machine, the traffic block, where the other machines, the shaft, the gauge, or other departments also working with the relevant instruction issue for the zone of the railway integrated block working should be followed. Use the cell phone on the track machines. All supervisors staff of the track machine as well with the track machine as is prohibited from the use of the mobile phones during the movement of working with the track machines except in the emergency and when it is extremely necessary. Requirement of the pilot, senior service engineer, junior engineer, track machine is not acquainted with the section where the track machine has to work with the pilot, local pilot, ALP, shall be provided with the movement as well with the blocking working as per the specific request of vans. The senior service junior executive, the permanent will also work the pilot in his jurisdiction in case of the emergency situation. Alright, senior service junior engineer permanent of the way as guard, emergency special situation, senior service junior engineer permanent way shall work as the guard and shall perform limited functions of the guard required with the working of the movement of the UTV, which has only one senior service junior engineer as one of the BFRs directly visible over the point of the driving cabin and may not be in their one direction. 706, working off tracks in the single double line section. Single line section work and proceed. The station master will open, obtain a line clearance of the station. The vans of the taken off the last stop signal. The issue of the track machine permanent. Hand over the token and the end of the engineer of the pad permanent of the way to the shell travel the last track of the machine. Completion of the work of the machine will receive the taking of the reception signal. The component railway service will show with the display with the green hand signal with the foot of the first stop of the signal till the last machine into the station. Station master will clear the line with the normal trap operation up the signal service. The engineer return with the track machine permanent and certified, etc. and certified with the track of the train movement, fit for train movement. Single line section working return with the token and tablet intermission. The station master with the train clear of the station. The vans have taken off the last stop signal. The issue of the track machine permanent along with the token and tablet of the engineer permanent of the way and engineer permanent way shall travel on the first track machine. On completion of the work machines will receive the taken off of the reception signal component relay surveillance show with the display of the green flags of the foot of the first stop signal until the last machine enters the station. The station master will clear the line of the normal train operation after the engineer has returned the track machine permanent access for the certified of the track of the train movement with the token list of the block instrument. Station master will block the station a section, take off the shunting of the key issue of the track machine permanent shunting of the key of the engineer permanent the way addition with the requisite with the written authority issue with the passing of the last stop is with the danger for all the machines of the engineer permanent way shall travel in the first track machine. On completion of the work of the machine will receive the taking of the reception signal with the completion of the railway surveillance show with the display of the green hand flags green hand signals at the foot of the first stop signals until the last of the machine enters the station. Station master will clear the line of the normal train operation and after the senior service junior engineer permanent of the way have returned with the track machine permanent except for the certified with the track for the train movement. Alright, double line section worked and proceed with the eve of the right of the direction. Station master with the time of the line clearing with the station advise advance for the taking off the last stop signal issue for the track machine permanent engineer with the permanent wave will travel the last track machine. On completion of the work of the machine will receive the taking of the reception signal with the completion of the railway surveillance show with the display of the green flags and foot with his first stop signal until the last of the machine into the station. Station master will clear the line with the normal train operation single serve with the senior engineer with the junior engineer permanent way have returned with the track permanent machine permanent etc. for certified track fit for the train movement. Alright, view of the wrong station direction. Master will take the line clear of the station, rear of the block of the telephone, prepare of the paper of the line of the clear ticket of the issue for the track machine. Permanent the engineer of the permanent with the way shall travel on the last machine. The machine will be piloted out of the station written with authority issued for the station master after all facing points if they have been correctly set with the lock of the trailing points correctly set with the over the machine will pass. Over and approach to the next station with the after completion of the work. The engineer will bring the machine to stop at the opposite of the first signal with the pertaining to the right of line with the last stop of the signal of the pertaining to the wrong line on which they are running, whichever comes off across the first, and wait with the proceed the piloted file with the GR444. Station master, other end of the block section, shall with the deputy with the railway staff with the uniform of the foot of the signal, whichever the machine would encounter first, we shall stop. The machine with the danger hand signal, therefore pilot them into the station with only on a written authority issued with the station master. If the operator finds that no railway servant in his uniform has been deputed at foot on the signal to the pilot, the machines into the station GR444 shall be observed. All crossover points of the facing the direction over the which the machine shall proceed with the trouble clamped with the padlock. The fact if it will be mentioned that an authority to prescribe the forms issued by the station master throughout the competent railway servant. Station master will clear the line of the normal train operation only with after the senior and junior engineer permanent with the way have returned the paper line clear, ticket the track machine permanent, etc. and they certified with the track fit with the train for the movement. Double line section working and return V with the right direction. Station master will block the forward section and arrange the put with the needle with the block of the instrument directly with the train on line. Take with the shutting key with the DDO or double locking blocking instrument issue tracking machine permanent along with the shutting of the key with the issue if any of the senior junior engineer permanent way, in addition to the requisite written authority to ensure issue of the passing of the last stop of the signal at the danger, the engineer will travel the first track machine. On completing the work, the engineer shall bring their machine to the stop opposite the first stop of the pertaining to the right line at the last stop signal pertaining to the wrong line, whichever that comes across first. The station master shall deputy a railway servant in uniform with the foot of the signal, whichever the machine will encounter first the stop of the machine with the danger signal, therefore pilot them to the station written authority issued by the station master. If the senior servant junior engineer of the track machine find no railway servant that has deputy of the pilot of the machine, the GR44 shall be observed. All crossover points in facing direction over the which the machine shall proceed and should be clamped and padlocked. Station master will clear the line with a normal train operation only if the senior junior engineer permanent way has returned the track machine permanent except for certified the track trim fit of the train movement. If you be the wrong direction, station master will block the back of the section of the per existent with the instruction put the needle of the block of the instrument directly with the train line, taking out the shunt key, the words of the DDO double line blocking instrument with the issue, the track machine permanent special caution, and other indication number of the track machine station where they will return, etc. will be signed by the operators and they will be hanged over the shunting key if any of the senior junior engineer permanent way shall travel in first track machine. These machines shall be piloted out of the station on written authority issued with the station master after facing the point have correctly set and locked and trailing points correctly set over the other machines will pass. On completion of the working machine of the received lower reception signals component, railway service shall display green flag hand signal at the foot of the first stop signal till the last machine enters the station. Our station master will clear the line with a normal train operation only if the engineer has trimmed the return of the track machine permanent except for the certified track with the train for the movement. 707. Important instruction, precaution, protection of the work side that shall be responsible for protection of the site of the work of the also of the joining the track with the cave of the infringement shall the conservation of the infringing condition of the various machine with the he shall also be responsible to see the condition of the track before claiming with the block of the after machining work. Following adjacent tracks, some of the machine of the ballast regulator machine and the PCCM, the end 10 of the file with the adjacent line with the working double line section of the in or yard. Any of the department machine is likely to file with the adjacent line with the while working in the engineer permanent way. To request the station master right with the block and such line likely to infringe such work, but only with the undertaking of the block and the such adjoining line has permitted to by the control of the station master with such adjoining lines have been protected. Effort shall be made to ensure the blocking over the other lines minimum duration. Information to level the crossing with which exchange of the private numbers of the level of the crossing station manager on either side shall inform all the level of crossing equipped with the telephones falling into the block section. Safety distance of the speeding of the machine and group of the minimum distance between the machine of the working and the group shall be 50 meters to avoid collision between the machine, the danger of the life of the machine, the permanent way of the stock staff of the working with the machine while the track machines are moving in the back block of the section and the group that will responsibility of the engineer of the track machine of these machines to maintain the minimum safety distance of 200 meters from each other. The speed of the maintain the minimum safety distance of the speed of the movement of the track machines should be the lowest permissible speed among all the track machines. The leading of all the track machines shall shall observe the speed, everything of the machine is required to slow down and stop due to some reason. This engineer, senior, junior engineer of the track machine, driver of the machine shown the red hands over the display, waving vigorously with the visibility poor, such for the curves and cutting approach speeds, and then safety distance shall be maintained and ensure safety approaching level of the crossing of the senior, junior engineer of the track machine. Driving the track machines can keep a vigil for any obstruction whistle freely till the machine passes the level of crossing. Alright, setting points of stabling sighting. The concerned points of the non-signal sighting shall be sent against the line of the tracking machine stable, and such points to be secured with the clamps of the collar, both the padlocks, and simply with the GSNR with the key. The such padlocks shall be kept in personal custody of the station master until the machine is ready to relieve the sighting. Running of the senior service junior engineer of the track maintenance, the name of the charge shall not relinquish charge until the has satisfied himself with the machine that has properly secured and protected as prescribed herein. 6 days, shutting in the lines occupied with the track machine. During the shutting on the line with the occupied with the track machine, station master shall ensure that no machine is shut without the presence of the senior junior engineer of the track machine. Safety of the men. Working in certain track machines creates the condition of jeopardizing safety of the men. Material with adequate precaution with not enforced with the side of the work of the barrels cleaning machine. It's likely to produce dusty atmosphere, impairing visibility with the vicinity of the machine. Also heavy noise and train loading of equipment, train relay train. Involve large amount of labor working on the machine, hence the action of the care of the necessary with the detail below to ensure the safety of the workers. Hooters to provide with the track machine. These hooters should be used to warn safe the working of the on or off around the track machine. Approach for the training of the joining track. Remote controlled hooters should also be deployed with the data precaution of the engineer of the permanent way, so with the lockout may be staying with around 150 meters away with the track machine can also operate with a hooter with the warn safety stability. This is, the engineer of the track machine shall also put on the flasher light with the data precaution until the train with adjacent to the line with the heads off path of the work side of the work. Caution order of 30 to 50 kilometers. Instruction whistle free, but it should be imposed with the adjacent line during the duration of the block. Safety of the workman depending upon the site with the condition of visibility. And 8, checking the infringement after the work of the vertical lateral clearance of the OHE. The single post, any other structure should be checked with adjusted before clearing the block. The inch of the senior junior engineer permanent of the way working with the track machine, that there should be no infringement of single post OHE and any other structure per schedule with the dimension. 708, failures and acts for the track machine. Warn protection in the case of the breakdown event. With the breakdown, the track machine should protect as per GR 603 with its SR standard rule, thereby to the machine staff, the director of the machine in charge. Failures to block and section. Failure to block and section of the track machine will treat it as accident under Class J. Equipment failure. Accidents involving the track machine. The accident involving the track machine shall be treated with the train accidents under the appropriate class. The action shall be taken with the as per rule and force. Action in case of failure and block. In the case of the failure with the track machine and block with the section, immediately information, the details should be given to the assistant department engineer, senior department engineer of the section auxiliary, and department engineer and line senior junior technical train machine. This is like compilation of the senior service junior engineer permanent of the way action, but taking clear of the section that may decide to push the disabled unit to the nearest station, provided the brake power is in good ignition. Otherwise, initiation shall be sent to the nearest station manager asking for the light engine to tow the unit. Alright, request for ART breakdown in case the engineer permanent of the way and engineer of the track machine feels clearance for the section is going to take too long and time the assistant of the road breakdown and accident relief the training shall be asked immediately. Meanwhile, the senior junior track manager in track maintenance and track machine in charge of the machine takes necessary action to rectify the defects. And the senior junior engineer permanent of the way should provide all necessary assistance. 709 permissible speed. Each machine will run with a maximum permissible speed sanctioned for any type of the machine with one given section of the railway. 10 speed certification of the track machine of the railway board policy circular number 6 given. Proceed with the certification permissible speed with a new rolling stock. Vision circular relevant to the track machine summarized below. Speed certification for the new type of the track machine for the regular movement. A new type of the model of the track machine entered the Indian Railway allowed to run on the zonal railway at specified speed with a provisional speed with the certified with the issue for the RDSO, but it can be do it only after the approval of the railway board through safe through the Chief Commissioner of the Railway Safety Application process with the RDSO gas notification number 945E. Final speed certificate track machine is issued by the RDSO after the conducting detailed oscillation travel for the conducting travel advice for the RDSO of the track machine. General manager of the concern of the railway shall allow for the conduction of the travel for the test section identified for the RDSO at the time of the permission from the CRS and indicate for the trade for the time of the passenger running lines for the safety joining safety certificate duly signed by the principal chief, the engineer, principal chief, mechanical engineer, principal chief, operating manager, principal chief, signal telecommunication engineer, principal chief, electrical engineer, in case of the locomotive involvement in the electrified section. The GM, general manager section of the sites of the trial should be valid for 2 years, after which it should be required validation. General manager provide for the RDSO with regard to the SOC already operating a provisional speed certificate, revalidating the permission oscillation travel, the inverse performance of the speed observation may be during service if any shall be commented. Sanction of the Railway Board for final maximum permissible speed. The Chief Commissioner of the Railway Service is required to be obtained in the similar manners of the procedure to be filed with the detail below. Determine provisional maximum permissible speed, final permissible speed with the RDSO, provisional maximum speed permissible, provisional maximum speed permissible for the new type of the track machine, determine the base for the design feature for the other details supplied with the office of equipment management guidance for the can be also be taken the permissible speed similar type of the machine already in service. Provisional speed would normally be lower than the design of the projected maximum permissible speed should not be less than more than 65 kilometers. However, the track machines who have mentioned other relevant characteristics such as axle, loading track, loading density for the similar stock already with the maximum permissible speed increase to 75 kilometers per hour, except for the director of the stand of the motive and the RDSO installation, executive director stand of the track, and the executive director bridge structure and other concerned directorates. Provisional speed certificate will valid the 5 years except for the supersede with the final maximum permissible speed certificate issued with the procedures described below. Final maximum permissible speed. Well, it goes on. I'm just previewing some of this shit. We're going to cut the tape there.